and then sit back and get rich off of them. It's not designed that way. It's not structured that way. It's fair, okay? And I love that. So our compensation plan, in my opinion, far exceeds what most other companies have to offer. So in addition to the time leveraging and the residual income, we have an amazing compensation plan. So there's 4 levels. The first level is called the district manager, and the average income of district managers anywhere from about $500 to $1,500 a month. A lot of people will make that in their first month, even as a consultant, by getting into a lot of activity with their group presentations or one-on-ones. And then our second level is an area manager, and the average income of an area manager is anywhere from $1,500 to $3,500 a month. Okay, that's life-changing for most people. I was able to walk away from my job as an area manager and be home with my kiddos, replace childcare, be home with my family. The third level is regional vice president. Average income there is between about $3,500 and $16,000 a month. And in addition to that, you get $800 a month for the Mercedes. So it can be any white Mercedes, whatever model, just has to be white because that's the color of pure and that's our philosophy. So you get $800 a month for your Mercedes. And the highest level is national vice president, and the average income there is about $16,000 a month on up. The last couple of years, it's been about $23,000 a month. And when I heard that, the car allowance goes up to $1,000, and you get Maui every year and all kinds of other crazy things. But when I heard that, I laughed, and I thought, really? Okay, nobody really gets there unless it's the first couple of people that started this business, and then everybody else is somewhere down lower. But to me, I thought that was okay. I just needed to get to that second level so I could be home. And so then I jumped in. But very quickly, I started to meet and realize that there were thousands of men and women at those top 2 levels. Dozens promoting every month. Okay, today in Arbonne, we have 50 people each month promoting, earning their Mercedes. We have hundreds in qualification for those top 2 levels right now. It is not a fluke. It's not once in a while that someone changes their life and becomes successful in Arbonne. It is truly nobody really gets there unless the first couple of people that started this business and then everybody else.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure it's working.
Got
I didn't realize.
So it's okay.
Oh,
We all
Ignore
love to hear
me.
ourselves. That's what I sound like.
it's beautiful.
Yeah. So you guys, when you look at the amount of success that's happening, and not just people achieving the top 2 levels, because that's incredible, but so isn't the district manager level, and so isn't the area manager level. Those are levels to be proud of. That is incredible success. I mean, who does not want to make an extra $500 a month? Who does not want to make an extra $2,000 a month? Right? So that's incredible success in this business, and we try to encourage people, don't get hung up on the title. The more people that you help, the bigger your paycheck's going to be. So if you want a bigger paycheck, just focus on helping more people, sharing our products with more people, changing more lives, and you will see yourself grow this amazing business. So the couple of questions that were asked me when I first started was, number one, if I wanted something different, was I willing to do something different? And I ask all of you that, even if you're doing this business, if you're in this business and it's not quite where you want it to be, if you want something different, are you willing to do something different? Maybe it's to put in an extra hour a week. Maybe it's to put in an extra 15 minutes each day. Maybe it's to talk to 1 or 2 more people each day. If you want something different, are you willing to do something different? We talk about personal growth a lot. If you want something different, are you willing to read an extra book a month, an extra 10 pages a day? Okay, or if you're sitting here and you're struggling financially, or you don't have the time that you want to enjoy your life, if you want something different, are you willing to do something different and to take a leap of faith and join us on this journey? The other thing that was asked to me was, if you keep doing what you're doing, will you keep getting what you're getting? Right, and that was terrifying to me, because I didn't want to keep working my tail off, to keep being away from my children, to keep struggling financially, and to keep not having choices in my life and not having the freedom and flexibility to live the life that I wanted. And so I jumped in and I did something that I never in a million years thought that I would do, but I never in a million years thought my family and I the choices that it's given us, nor did I imagine that it would give me the opportunity to help as many people change their lives. And so I encourage you just to look bigger, look beyond a skincare product and a nutrition product that are amazing. Okay, they're truly, you will love every bit of them. And if you don't like it, what do they say in Arbonne? Just keep trying it, you'll fall in love. You will.
It's true.
But just think beyond that. If you have dreams that you've kind of put aside and you've stopped fighting for and you've kind of given up on, but that you always imagined yourself doing, whether it was with your family or a personal goal or just something that you wanted in your life, we encourage you to dust that off and to know that it's absolutely possible. And that if you have a desire to help people and to get out of your comfort zone, I will tell you that every person in this business, in this room that is doing this, has fears. But we've just chosen to have more faith than our fears, and to just have more faith in our dreams and what we want for our life. So we encourage you to do the same thing. We would love to partner with you to help you build this business as big as you would like it to be, and teach and train you on how to change lives and inspire people and teach them how to do this as well. So that's our business opportunity. What we do now is we recognize people who are growing this business. And this is a really fun part because there's a lot of success happening on our team. I know there are a lot of people who couldn't make it tonight, but some of you that weren't going to be able to make it, we had it last night, that are here, so that's exciting. So Dawn, if you want to come up with me, we'll do some recognition. And we did. I stole them from Elizabeth, so we'll give them back to her later. Thank you. Something else I was going to say about success. Oh, you guys, thank you for coming, because I know a lot of you, it really warms my heart. On the way here, Sarah texted that she was coming down, and I didn't know that she was coming from Maine, so that just made me excited. A couple of Sarahs are here from Maine. Fred came from all the way southern Maine too, and then even Christina came from Massachusetts. I just love that people are coming from different places to join us and to get your cups filled and be inspired to grow this business to the next level. So it just really makes us happy to see everybody here. So thank you for joining us. So first level that we recognize is in qualification for district manager. And I know that we announced a lot of them last week on the call, but if you are in qualification for district manager, would you come up here, please? All right. We also have some new district managers. So if you are a new district manager, would you please come up here and come with your sponsor?
Hey, Darla.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Sure.
So this is my mother-in-law, Julie Norman. So I was like, I need to go give Mom one. This is for you. So Mom has worked very hard from the beginning. She was actually my first client and my first business builder. I had jumped on not knowing what I was doing, but I knew that I loved the skincare. And so she has been skincare makeup freak as long as I've known her. And so I was like, you gotta try this. And she's like, of course. She would try any of those. She came back and was like, oh my goodness. And she was hooked. So then I kind of started talking about the business stuff just a little bit. And I was like, Mom, I don't know, you get a better deal. You could just be a wholesale buyer, you blah, blah, blah. But I was going for Strong Start, and you're trying to sign up anybody that you can in the beginning. You're like, anybody, Mom, I'm gonna sign up. I don't even know why or what you're gonna do. And she's like, yeah, I think I do. So she signed up kind of, I think, just, for discount, and wasn't even quite sure what I was getting her into. Yeah. So that's how that started. And she was she just kept ordering a couple more things. Like, oh my gosh, I love this, and I love this, and I love this. We have great products. What was really the turning point was we had an impact training tour in Albany, not the last one before that. And she was like, I'm like, Mom, why don't you come with us? Because me and my sister-in-law, Naomi, we're going to it. And she was like, I get to be in the car with two girls, like we're trapped in the car, for however many hours, I'm in. So we took her, and we started to go around this parking garage, and there was white Mercedes, white Mercedes, white Mercedes. She was like, "What? Why does everybody have these?" She didn't even know that there was white Mercedes. She was like,
I thought it was in a white Mercedes
She's like, "Are we in a Mercedes?" I'm like, "Wow, look at the license plate. They all say Arbonne. That's what you get in Arbonne." She was like, "What?" So, then you walk into this room of beautiful people that are super, super nice, but again, all walks of life. She's seeing older women, she's seeing younger women, she's seeing these little, like all walks of life, all different sizes, shapes, everything. But the camaraderie in there was really, really beautiful. Like everyone's, if you've ever been to any kind of Arbonne event, you'll notice it's not just a group of people. There's a different feeling in the room. But anyways, it was Debbie Neal, I think, she was New Jersey.
New Jersey. I know that.
That's what did it for her. So since then, she's been building and building, and she's a nurse, so she loved all the nutrition products and talks up those, and that's where she shines at our parties. This is proof that as long as you don't quit, you just get there, and Mom's not quitting. And she's a great trainer, so I knew she'd be good at this, because that's what you do. That's all you do, just train people, do the same thing you did. So I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Okay, so this is Jen, and I met Jen years ago when I was pregnant with my first. She and my first daughter had the same birthday, and she was my oldest daughter's first babysitter. Isn't that old? I'm getting old. So Jen joined me a few years ago, young, and got to district and did very well. But then life happened, and she got a job and did different things. And still use the products, love the products. And then a few months ago said, out of nowhere, I think I want to jump back into Arbonne. And she has been on fire, very passionate. She's had her first party the other night of like $2,000. Right? Not normal. Oh, no, yeah. But just incredible. And her heart is on purpose to change a lot of lives, and she sponsored Rebecca at work, so Jen I just got into school for occupational therapy, but you know what she said, she's like, I see that our Arbonne is going to be something I can build alongside. It's not even scaring her that she's going to be going to school, because she knows that this is going to be a vehicle to help her pay for her school and give her choices when she's done, because she sees a lot of it. So Rebecca's a physical therapist with a whole lot of school debt like Dawn and I had, and working a couple jobs, and she sees what's going on, that a lot of people are coming out of school with a lot of debt, and so she has this vision of continuing to help people through her Arbonne business while she's learning something that she wants to do to help people down the road. So it's really cool, and she is just she's really on fire, changing a lot of lives, stepping out of her comfort zone, which we all know we have to do, but she's doing it, and she's doing it with grace and beauty, and she's just pushing on, and I love it. And just getting to know Rebecca too has been an absolute treat for me. Another one who's super huge into fitness and nutrition. Already knew all the stuff that we teach in Arbonne, but just was really fallen in love with our nutrition line, and just has a lot of excitement to share it and change lives as well. So
I've been working with Rebecca for only a couple months now, and I jumped in, in December, literally right before Christmas. So I was like, I knew this was the vehicle I wanted way back when, but it was just very hard to get started. And as you can tell, my face is bright red. I'm not in public speaker by any means. I am panicking right now. But all of you out there have been like extreme. I don't even know most of you, but I feel like you've all been so helpful, and everyone is just so encouraging, and I miss that group. So I jumped back in, and Rebecca was ready for something. She's looking at her future and knows that this is something that's going to help her get to where she wants to be. And I mean, she's an amazing occupational therapist, and she's working with kids every day, changing lives, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
Oh, I have these.
Kimberly and Holly.
Oh.
Okay, so we have 6 people in the room. You want to hand roses? 6 people in the room who earn their district manager bonus. So if you earn your district manager bonus, would you come up, please?
Oh, hi. Way to go. Hey, sweetheart. Way to go. Hi, we've not met yet. Nice to meet you.
All right, so you guys will hear from these 6 people tonight. When you earn your district manager bonus, you get an extra $200 in your paycheck, which is pretty awesome. And you get to train at our meetings. So they are growing and moving and shaking and leading the way for all of us. So we have a new regional vice president on our team down in Virginia, Brett Baker, which is awesome. We also have a couple of new area managers, Catherine Kenny and Karen Cruz, who are in Virginia. Is that where Catherine is now? Is she in Virginia? Maryland. I don't remember where she is. Somewhere down there. So lots of growth going on in our team. Anything else?
No.
Wonderful.
My rock star sponsor. Okay, announcements. Do you know any of them?
I haven't written down, so give me a minute.
While she gets those, I'm going to tell you a couple that I know about that I got privy to when I was in Maui. Okay, so the first thing is, some of you may have seen the email right before you came. Are you saying when the new website's launching?
Yes, March.
So it's March 2nd, the new website is launching. You guys, okay, number 1, this is huge. It's going to be business changing. It has the capacity to do a whole lot of things that we've never seen. You are a multi-million-dollar business owner. So you get to take ownership for this new website, and there are tools and resources out there right now available for you to learn how to use this website. So on March 2nd, you're not like, what is this? This is going to delay me for 3 weeks, okay? Learn it now. There are videos out there to allow you to start being aware of what it's going to look like and how it's going to work, okay? There are some things on it that are incredible. Like your email is going to be linked to it, so people can plug in your email on the website. Your picture's going to come up. You're going to have your own page, your own website that's all linked to Arbonne. There are a lot of really cool things that you are going to want to know about when you hop on there. Okay, so watch those videos. The other thing that I'm going to tell you really quickly is has to do with our nutrition line. So if you have done any marketplace comparison, our nutrition line is very compatible with everything out there on the market, except we offer a discount and nobody else does, okay? And this was all cool. Arbonne is not making much money off nutrition, okay? They make way less money off of nutrition than they do off of our skincare, hair care, every other product line out there. So what they started to do was realize, number 1, that our nutrition market is growing significantly, and we're losing money on nutrition. However, they did not want to change the price. They did not want to increase the price to affect our consumers. So what they did is they started gathering all kinds of research from every other company out there and how they managed, especially companies that have some skincare and some nutrition. And what they found, it was very different across the board. And Arbonne is going to be coming out with some information on this, and they'll go into more detail than I'm going to go into. But basically what they found from gathering all of their information is that most companies will vary what kind of a percentage you get paid on that product, okay? And they learned all kinds of different things on how different companies get paid, how they work, and how they continue to survive. What Arbonne chose to do was, and this is going to affect us, I think, starting in June, what they chose to do is to alter the retail volume and the QV. So you always see RV and QV, okay? So RV is what we see in the catalog as the retail value. That's what our clients are gonna pay, or they're gonna pay a percentage of that. They get discounted, right? So if they get paid, if it's $100 item and they are a preferred client, it's $100, their discount, they pay $80, okay? But the retail volume is what we get, what they pay, okay? What's discounted. We get promoted on retail volume, right? Everybody follow that. So if it's a $100 item, we only pay, the preferred client might pay 80, we might pay 65, or we do pay 65. We promote on the $100. That's not changing. Okay, what's going to change is the QV on certain nutrition products, and it's going to vary depending on the percentage of it, depending on the cost to Arbonne to make. Right now, we have 2 products, right? We have our ready-to-go shakes and our bars that they have a different.
The immunity booster.
And the immunity booster. We have 3 products right now with the QV is different on. Okay, it's 50%. Nothing is going to be 50% anymore. And here's what's even better, is we're going to get, the retail value is what we're going to get promoted on, whereas right now we're only getting promoted on the 50%. Okay, so that's going to improve for us. But a lot of the other nutrition products, it's small percentages. So like the protein powder is $65. The QV might be $60. That our override checks are going to be adjusted on. Okay, so instead of us getting, district managers getting 8%, on the $65 minus, so with a $100 product, okay? $100, you pay $65 for it. Right now, you make 8% on $65, okay? With this new change, you will now get paid 8% on $60 instead of $65. It is pretty much pennies, but it's brilliant because it's better than jacking up the prices for our customers. And it's so small that it's the best route that they could go. If you truly look at what other companies do, other companies, they barely make anything off of their more expensive products like protein powder. Our commission that we get on it is so much better than when we learn some of these other companies, it's crazy. So you just have to know that Arbonne did their due diligence with their research. They tried to come up with the best possible solution to stop losing money on our growing nutrition market, okay? It is growing significantly, and they had to do something, and this was their best scenario. So I will tell you that the percentages, it varies from product to product, depending on the cost to make. I think maybe 20% is the greatest. There's no longer anything even close to 50%, which is really cool. So does that make sense? Yeah.
Is it just nutrition or is it all products?
It's just nutrition. Okay. It is just nutrition. Okay.
And what I think is awesome to remember about Arbonne, if you're new to Arbonne or if you've looked at other companies, is that when we have an issue like this as a corporation, as a company, what they're going to do is they're going to look at what's best for the consultants, what's best for our clients, and also what's best to be a stable, growing, booming company, right? But they will never adjust the integrity with which we make our products. So many other companies, when we look at them, when you look at their protein powder and you look at what's in there or any of their products, it's because they're getting much inferior components, right? That's something we will never do. So they're always doing lots of research and taking their time to make these kinds of decisions versus other companies that don't do that. So just know that the integrity is always there. And that is what I adore about our company. One of them.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the only other announcements, did you talk about breakfast?
No.
So, go for it.
We are having a manager's breakfast in March. So if you are not yet a district manager, you want to be a district manager by the end of this month so that you can come to our manager's breakfast in March. So the Pearson Nation, I know Dawn already has March 7th for her team. Mine is March 14th for my team. And it's going to be a Saturday morning, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be at the Hampton Inn because I think that there are going to be 35, 40 people at our breakfast, okay? So we will let you know for sure the location, but I'm just going to say that you don't want to miss it. So we're going to do some different trainings tonight on how and why to get to district manager. We need you to know it's possible. We need you to know that you get a pay raise when you get to district manager. You can start earning bonuses. People are like, what, you already promoted? So they even look a little closer when you get to district manager. So you want to do it because it's smart and it's going to grow your business. It's going to grow your belief. And basically, once you get to district manager, all you do is keep teaching others how to get to district, and that's how you get to the top of our company. You just duplicate that, teach them how to do what you did. So we're going to talk different things tonight, but that's what you want to do, is you want to finish this month strong, and you want to bring somebody else into this business and teach them how to get to district, because you still have time to do that as well. So district manager breakfast, we're very excited about it.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, so the only other really announcements are a couple things. Everyone who's going to GTC. If you're not, if your hair is not in the hair, come on, day. Hopefully your hair might be maybe. If your hand is not in the air, please get it in the air. It's gonna be so much fun, but it's coming up fast. So I know we're gonna start to look at hotels and flights and all kinds of stuff. Are you laughing because I like say the wrong word?
No, I'm laughing because I almost said raise my hand.
Oh, okay. So it's coming up really, really fast, April 16th through 18th. So it's really not an option if you're growing a business. Yes, she will drive you there. Bye, you're standing right here. No, you have to go. Okay. The other thing to talk about is that's pretty much it. There's some other things on the website to check out. There's the festive in February, which is some holiday products that are left over that are highly discounted. So if you love some things, you can get them at a really good bargain. So it's a great way to follow up with some of the people that shopped with you over the holidays or in the fall. Some of the things that they love, they could grab them at a really, really good deal for those that are still left. And that's pretty much it. You touched on everything else.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so our first awesome trainer, we're moving right along. That I'm asking to come up and speak first is Fred. And the reason why I really want Fred to come up first, number one, Fred made a huge commitment to get here. It's the first time he's made it to one of our meetings, but he promoted to district manager last month, but or the month before. What month? What are we in? February?
January.
So January 1st, he became a district manager. And through the month of January, he grew, his business continued to grow, and he did earn his district manager bonus last month. And he has several people on his team in qualification for district. He has several people on his team that are going to promote to district this month. And he's just growing an amazing business, has a lot of great tips. And we all want to hear from an awesome man who's growing a strong business. Do we not?
Yes, we do.
No pressure.
No pressure. We all love you.
I'm gonna love the podium. I'm gonna have the podium.
Okay. Hug it.
Wow. Thank you so much for the introduction. I appreciate it. This is the first time I'm able to attend one of these awesome meetings, and it's so good to see so many happy faces here. My name is Fred Barron. I signed up in October. Naomi Major was my sponsor. She got me involved in this beautiful company we call Arbonne. I started by doing the October 28-day detox, the healthy eating challenge, and I rocked it. 17 I was the biggest loser in my group. Maybe there was only 3 people in my group. I don't know. There was about 150 people, I think, in the group, and I was the biggest loser. So it really got me hooked. I want to start by talking about my why and my vision. Really just healthy eating. I was married to a dietitian, and we always tried to eat healthy, and that was the mindset that I really wanted to have, is to just be as healthy as I possibly could. I lost my dietitian wife to cancer January of 2014 after a 7.5-year battle. So I almost overnight became a single dad to 2 kids, and we were married for about 15 years. My son is 12 and my daughter is 9, so instantly became a single dad, which I never knew what that would ever look like. Never thought that would ever be the case in a million years, but that's exactly how it played out. So I look at Arbonne as my vehicle. I want to provide the very best life I can for my kids. I want to keep normalcy as the best I can for my kids. And but at the same time, I want to improve things. I want to, I have a very flexible job as is. I work from my house for a corporate food service company. But I want to be able to take weeks at a time off. And I get a lot of vacation time. I really can't complain with anything about my job. But hey, if I want to go to Florida for 3 months, I want to go to Florida for 3 months. I don't want to have to ask for permission to go. I just want to be able to go. So the time freedom and the money that the future could hold is amazing, and it's such a gift. I am so blessed that Arbonne crossed my path, or I crossed Arbonne's path, and Naomi introduced it to me. Because everybody that I brought into this program so far, either to do the healthy eating detox, which is my thing, or to sign up as a business partner of mine, they're rocking it because they're just doing well because they have such servants' hearts. They really want to help others, and that's what it is all about. You know, hey, it's a great derivative to get things for yourself, but I like helping my team, and that's where I get my joy, is to see how they, when they promote, and they will promote, because I have a strategy set up for them to promote. That's the name of the games. That's my why and my vision. It's clear. I want to share the gift of Arbonne with everybody, everyone that I meet. I could pretty much strike up a conversation with anybody. And you know, I start by talking to people, just, you know, whether the guys, well, it's easier for guys, you know, I can say it to guys easier than a woman saying, hey, I just lost 17.5 pounds doing a detox. You know, if I'm at the gym, I could easily strike up a conversation. It's easier to say that to a guy. I would never say that to a woman. I'd have a different tactic to say that, because that would be awkward. You know, they'd be, really? What are you trying to say? But no, in all seriousness, you can always strike up conversations with anybody. And you know, just like within, the golden rule used to be within the first 30 seconds, you can always tell, because once upon a time we were not married. We weren't dating. So a minute, you always could tell if a girl had a boyfriend, because they would mention, my boyfriend and I are going to do something. That would be within the first minute of the conversation. So, you know, it's within the first minute of speaking to somebody, I can almost almost always introduce Arbonne into the conversation. It's pretty simple to do so, because Arbonne is a company and the products are fantastic. I got hooked on the products. That's why it's easier for me to be able to talk about it, to be passionate about it, because I got hooked on the products and I know what it can do, what it did for me, and what it's done for others. Just that last month, there was a male cop in Rochester, New Hampshire, because I live in Sanford, Maine. There was a male cop in Rochester. He lost 21.3 pounds doing the detox. His mom and dad, it was him and his mom that signed up, but his dad was doing it too. His dad's a chief of police in a neighboring town, so his dad was doing it too. And his dad lost 15 pounds, his mom lost 15 pounds. He lost 21.3. You know, I came down today with one of my consultants, Diana Sawyer, and she lost 16 pounds when she did it back in November. I lost 17.5. Diana's sister Sue lost 21.5 pounds. I mean, these are just real stories that I speak to all the time, because I'm not speaking about somebody in Oklahoma City that did this. I'm talking about me and people that I interact with and that I know. You know, of sharing the gift of Arbonne, as I mentioned, Arbonne is a gift, and for me not to share it would be selfish. I'm not selfish of Arbonne. I do picture the Mercedes-Benz in my garage and in my driveway, but more so than that, I picture the opportunity when the time comes that I'm actually handing out the keys to my team members for their Mercedes, and then to go to their Mercedes parties, the launch parties, and for the Mercedes dedication parties to the people that they bring along that I help mentor as well. It's astounding just when you think about the people that we interact with in our normal day-to-day lives, but then people that we don't even know yet, that we haven't even met yet, that we haven't even spoken to yet, it's a ripple effect, because they will benefit from Arbonne, because there will come a time that God will put them in our path, and we will introduce Arbonne to them, and they will look at it as a gift as well. How and why men do this business? Well, as I mentioned, when I was on the 28-day challenge, I began to take a deeper dive into the business model and compensation package. You know, I was already enamored by the products, and within the first 3 to 5 days, I was losing weight. This week, I think I was off by a pound or two, so I was a little bit challenged by that. When I did my detox, I only worked out 4 or 5 times, because I was traveling as well, and I didn't get my butt into the gym. So there was really a true testament of healthy eating choices, really, just making some modifications. I wasn't killing it with cardio. So I plugged into opportunity calls on SoundCloud, both Debbie Neal's call, as well as the opportunity call for men. that Kristen Walter recorded. It's under, it's listed under MVP Bianca. It's Chris Weiler and Ted Tillinghast. I mean, big picture. Guys are into big picture. I mean, women are into big picture as well, but you wanted me to speak about guys. We're all about the numbers. Every guy, behind every successful woman is their husband, as the naysayer in this whole business. As I know, Danielle, I've heard your story as well. Guys are all about the numbers. And I know women are as well, too. I mean, I'm not saying that women aren't focused on numbers, but as a guy, we're all about your income. It has to make, I don't want you running around town, giving us a bad name, selling lipstick and whatever have you. It has to make sense. And when you can make it, when the business model of Arbonne makes total sense. I'm still processing through the numbers, to be quite honest with you, because to me, it's not about the numbers. I know what my job is. My job is to bring on business partners for myself and my team and help them promote to DM and hire. That's my job. As simple as that. It's not about the paycheck for me because I don't need the paychecks. I like the volume. I don't need the paycheck. I want the volume at the end of the month so that I can promote as well. But I want to promote my team. It's as simple as that. So big picture, take a look at, from any guy that you may know, you want to send them the SoundCloud. It's wonderful. I love it. I loved it. I still listen to it. Diana and I were listening to Danielle's opportunity call on the drive down here, just because. I love SoundCloud. I never even knew that SoundCloud existed. I never did before I joined Arbonne. I never knew there was SoundCloud. But I've sent it out to so many of my fraternity brothers, and I'm in the midst of a lot of them. I can't wait till the next time we all get together. But the segue over to that would be my next. From a guy perspective. So shaving cream. Any guy that shaving cream, hand cream. I'm well on my way to Arbonizing, and I'm okay with that. It's okay. Deodorant, Sky cologne, which I put a little bit on tonight. My girlfriend wasn't too happy when I put the Sky cologne on. She's okay because she's one of my business partners. But Sky cologne, shaving cream, this deodorant. There's so many great lines. The hand creams. There's a lot of guys that like the products as well. I mean, they are. And if they tell you they don't, or they tell you that they would never use it, they're lying to you because they would totally love the products. I signed up a 53-year-old alumni brother of mine a week ago onto the healthy eating program because he saw that I post. I'm not overboard when I post on Facebook. I'm very mindful of how I do it because I don't want to be the guy who's always posting about what I'm drinking in the morning with my awesome shake with my cup, which I map it out. I'm not going to lie to you. I stage it. It looks good. So I put it on there, and I always mention the success that my team's having with the detox as a teaser. Just give a little bit of information. I give some numbers, overview, high-level overview. Instantaneously after doing it, my phone's blowing up. Whether it's Facebook messaging or texting or even off of the post. They want to hit me up. They want to know what it is. A lot of dudes don't want to put it right on that. Like, oh, good for you. They just want to send me the one up. All right, so what's this program you're doing? I really want to know. I really want to know. So one of my alumni brothers reached out to me. Said he wanted to lose 40 pounds. I'm like, okay, great. Actually, at that point in time, he didn't tell me. He said, I'm interested in the program. Send me some information. So I was working out at the time. And I was shooting him just stuff that I had. He goes, all right, cool, I'm interested. Great. And he goes, what's the next step? I'm like, well, I could totally sign you up. I said, I could take your credit card information. I mapped him through the process. He goes, hey, I'm an old school guy. I'm in London right now in business. I'm an old school guy. Can I cut you a check? I'm like, sure. So I signed him up. But so the next string of dialogue is intriguing to me. It's into what I'm talking about referrals. With this program, and I know he will have success with it. When you have success with this program, I'd love for you to tell your family and friends so I can get plugged in with them as well. And I said, brother helping brother. He said, totally. He goes, we have 43,000 employees. He goes, I'm excited to start. I think I picked up my jaw. And that's a lot of referrals. 43,000 employees worldwide. He goes, and then he said, when it works, we can offer it through you to our wellness crew. I'll be your poster child. No pressure on either one of us. All right, well, that's pretty cool right there. That was something that started out. He said, I've seen the success you've had and everyone else you're talking with. And I didn't even know. I didn't know what he did for a job. I didn't know anything about him. I never even met him before. 43,000 employees. When he sent me his check in the mail, and he did, because I snapped a picture of it, I said, all right, I'm gonna order your stuff up tomorrow. I snapped a picture of it so we knew the total. And he snapped a picture the next day of the check literally in the mail. It was overnight packaging. The note paper, he said, excited to start. Thank you so much for bringing me this opportunity. His title is President and CEO Worldwide. That's pretty cool. Now that would be, and I jotted down 100% participation. So 43,000 employees, 100% participation. Maybe a bit of a stretch. That's awesome. Hey, you know what? But what about 5%? 5% of the employees decide to do the challenge. That's 2,150 people. For you numbers folks out there, CPAs, translates to $1,000 in commission alone, just on that. That's not even the reorders on that. That's one person that I asked that signed up to do the detox, didn't even have the products yet. And I said, would you be willing to share with your friends and family? And he said, absolutely. Now, how often do you shy away from asking for referrals? You may be a little awkward, you may be like, I don't really know how that's going to work out. But I'll tell you what, even if it wasn't for him, I could say to him, I know this, just like we talked about the business opportunity, I know, this may or may not be the right business for you, but do you know somebody who would be interested in it? Could you share this with them or put me in touch with them? Hey, that's easy breezy. And hey, we'll compensate you for doing it. Oh, great. That's wonderful. It's totally easy to do. It's okay to ask. The worst possible answer you could hear is no. Big deal. No. Who cares? You're going to hear probably 99 no's before you hear your first yes when you're looking for business builders. You know what? And that first yes that you hear could be your RVP. Continuing your journey of building your teams and sharing the gift of Arbonne, you're all beautiful people and deserve the very best. Thank you all for your time, and God bless.
Okay, so is he amazing? The first time that I got on a call, Naomi got me on a call. She's like, you need to talk to this guy. He had already listened. He knew Debbie Neal's opportunity like the back of his hand, and he had already listened to some of Debbie Neal's 8 Qualities of a Winner. And he was telling us about this book. He's like, I already ordered the book. And he's telling me about some of the qualities of a winner and what it takes to be successful, and just saw the big picture right away. And it's just such a joy to watch him grow each month too, and keep having ahas as he gets as he's growing his team. So really cool. I love when you have success. Isn't that so true? He knows they're going to have success, but saying to people, when you have success, will you share this with your friends and family? Awesome. Okay, so next we have, did I say that you're going next, Amber?
I have to follow that.
Oh, you're the volunteer that wants to follow.
Thank you, look back.
That's awesome. You're cool to come up. Okay, so Amber's going to come up and share a little tip that she learned from last month. So, right? Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Fred. That was great. Great. So I'm just going to talk, mine's going to be really short. I'm just going to talk a little bit about perseverance and setting your month up for possibilities. And Danielle and I have been talking about this a little bit. I think the great way to talk about this is to reflect back on the Super Bowl last week. I'm not sure about you guys, but the Super Bowl party that I attended, they wrote the Patriots off. They thought it was over, we're done, we blew it, this is it. Who knows, maybe the Patriots felt the same, I don't know. But with 20 seconds left in the game, Malcolm Butler changed all of that and created history by intercepting the ball and stopping the Seahawks from scoring a game-changing touchdown, thus winning the Super Bowl for the Patriots. And when he spoke about the interception, he said, I just had a vision that I would make a big play. And so we talk so much in Arbonne about our whys and our vision, but I think this is a perfect example about why that is so powerful. So not only does it change the neural pathways in our brain to actually help us to, think action-based and positive, but it actually makes our dream a reality, for real. Malcolm Butler, who's a former fast food worker, free agent rookie, he had a vision. He would make a great play, and that vision changed his life and made Super Bowl history. He didn't say, well, I only have 20 seconds left in the game. We'll just wait for the next time we get to the Super Bowl. No, he persevered and he made a vision a reality. And I feel like this is a classic example of it ain't over till it's over. Danielle and I were talking about that today. And so it's really telling of my month last month for January. I kind of felt like January was just gonna be a wash. By the time the holidays had calmed down and everything fell back on track, I turned 30, so there were celebrations, all these things. It was mid-month. Snow was affecting my parties and events, so I just assumed, well, I guess Arbonne in January don't get along. So I guess I perhaps had fallen victim to some of that same mentality that the people at the Super Bowl party, oh, I'll just get them next month. But something shifted for me. There was a couple conversations with Danielle. I stayed plugged in, listening to SoundClouds, and I decided that I didn't care, that there was only a week and a half left. I could still do this, and my team and I did. A lot because of you. So the last week in January, I reached my district manager bonus goal for my first month as a district manager. I signed up 5 people to join the detox, and I helped my team with a lot of successful parties. Stacy being one of them, who's rocking right now. And I think, and just to think that I almost threw the towel in for the month. I just figured it wasn't gonna work out. And while I was able to reach that goal in crunch time, it really gave me a sense that I didn't want to wait till the end in February to get it all done. It really shifted my focus. Yes, I was able to pull out my inner butler and get it going in the last 20 seconds, but I needed to set myself up from the beginning in February. So, I'm just laughing at my notes here. So if we set ourselves up from the beginning, we'll have less of that anxiety at the end to pull our own inner butler out. But if we remember that it ain't over till it's over, our month is never a wash, our visions can be a reality even in those last 20 seconds, and we deserve to see our visions come true. And we deserve to have our whys fuel us to magnificent. I mean, Danielle always talks about your why should make you cry. I mean, I don't know how many of you were just crying when you heard Fred's why, but I certainly was. And if we walk around with that perseverance and that positivity and that passion, people are gonna wanna join us. They're gonna know what we're doing. Why, what's fueling her, what's making her, go that way, or him. And everyone deserves a chance at that, a chance to win their own Super Bowl. And I want to say a couple quotes, but one thing I really just heard in Fred's talk was there was no doubt. He said, I know when you see success, or I know this, or when you will. And there's this one quote that I found, good old Facebook with the quotes, it helps you find lots of quotes. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. So I just encourage us to put a barrier around us and just not let doubt get through. And to not let doubt keep us from achieving our whys and our visions. And not let doubt keep us from being Malcolm Butler. And even if it's that very end, we can still do it. So, and lastly, what we lose by waiting until the end is huge. If we wait till the end, we just lost all of the beginning of the month. And that was something that I was really fearing that I did. But what we lose by assuming it's over is so much bigger. So I just think we should all persevere, keep going. And lastly, this is another quote I found on good old Facebook. A job that is never started takes the longest to finish. So if we never start booking the appointments, if we never start, I love it. The first minute you talk to someone, you can mention your amazing business. If we don't start, we're never going to finish. We're never going to get there. That's all. Yay.
Okay, so Amber was another one, like Fred, promoted January 1st to district manager, earned her DM bonus first month as a district manager. So do you know that both of them, if they keep this pace up, get an additional $200 bonus from Arbonne and can earn $600 worth of free products over the next 3 months? Pretty cool. For doing 2,500 in 2 months and hitting 5,000 in 1 month. So they're both on a super awesome track. Okay, Amy's gonna share a little bit with us on some incredible information that she's getting out of one of the best books that you all have to read, and she will tell you about it. Right?
I'm really hiding behind the podium as well. Fred, that was absolutely amazing. You totally inspired me to sponsor a male on our team. It is my new goal. I'm going to, that's gonna be amazing. But I'm also so honored every single time Danielle asks me to speak at these meetings, which in itself is crazy for me, because speaking, public speaking and all of that is not my thing. It's becoming my thing when it comes to Arbonne, but still in my true full-time job, something that I avoid at all costs. So I started thinking, okay, what am I going to be talking about? So a few days after starting to think about this, we had just come back from our amazing area retreat in Dallas, where these beautiful leaders just poured so much into us. It's still taking me a long time to process everything. We learned so much that weekend. But a lot of it that really stuck out for me was the attitude and beliefs that we have when it comes to this business. So again, I was procrastinating. I had the topic in mind, but what am I really going to share with everybody? So it was Sunday night's tips call. Right before that, I had a 15-minute window. So I picked up this book, and like Danielle said, it is a must. It is called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. It's highly, highly recommended by all of the top leaders here in the business. So I ordered it when we had our homework for the Flip Flop CEO. And I finished that on the plane ride to Dallas. So I was like, all right, this is the next thing on my to-do list. So I had that 15-minute window before our tips call and started just diving into it. And then after our tips call on Sunday, the leaders got on afterwards and talked about, what we were going to be presenting on our Monday night or Tuesday night meeting. And I said, it just spoke to me. Chapter 2 in this book just spoke to me. I have to speak a little bit, some key points around that. So I know I only have a few minutes, so I'm just going to get reading here. So The Slight Edge is not exactly a personal development book or a self-help book, but it's really just the vehicle, a catalyst to help you apply and absorb all that information that is out there. Millions and millions of books out there, great books. So we have access to all this great information. It's everywhere. But this book does not focus on the how-tos, which a lot of those self-help books are. It's because the how to do it is not the issue. It's how you think about how you do the do. So it's just about that you're switching your mindset of the thinking part, how to do all the do's. It states early on that this book doesn't have the $1 million answer or the cookie cutter way to do it. If how to do it were the answer, it would be done and we would all be successful. This book shows you how you do the hows, which is the most important thing. So in Arbonne terms, the how to do it is our wonderful system to success. We all talk about schedule, sell, and sponsor. That's our system. However, focusing on these actions, the what to do's and how to do it is not enough. Because it's the attitude behind all of this, behind the actions that keep those actions in place. So our attitude is driven by our whys, and we heard a beautiful why tonight. And I know I spoke last month barely through the tears of my why, but without a powerful why, a powerful belief, and an attitude, your actions and goals can only be actions and goals because there is no driving force behind them. So you need to embed your belief and your attitude into everything. The Slight Edge uses the term philosophy, and that is really the secret ingredient to success. Your philosophy drives your attitude and feelings, which drive your actions, which in turn give you your results. So what philosophy means is changing the way you think about simple, everyday things, whether that's daily things in your life, daily things in your business. Your philosophy is what you know, how you hold what you know, and how it affects what you do. So it's either the source of your success or your failure. Your attitudes and beliefs are absolutely contagious. People follow people who know where they're going. I know people are attracted to joining me and my team, not because I'm an expert by any means, not because I know everything about our products or know anything or everything about network marketing, but because I'm really extremely passionate
about this business and truly believe in helping others. And that's, you know, the feedback that I've been getting. And it's true, people are drawn to that. So this book is some examples of other philosophies. So for instance, Nike's is just do it. Simple, sweet, and to the point. And Thomas J. Watson, the founder of IBM, said, the formula for success is quite simple. Double your rate of failure. And we are often taught in life to avoid failure like the plague. You've probably heard the expression, failure is not an option. Well, here's the reality. Whether or not you consider it an option, it's going to happen. It's going to happen in life, and it's certainly going to happen in Arbonne. If you go through life with the philosophy that failure is not the option, then you'll never have a good opportunity to learn. We have heard so many times in this business, the only reason there are others that are more successful than you is because they've heard more no's. Fred said that. And they've failed their way to the top. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. They are willing to go outside their comfort zone, get back up again and again, and never quit. When we were at the retreat, Alyssa Lovett had said this quote, I'm not sure who it's from, but I know it was on our nation call as well, that the master has failed more times than the beginner has ever tried. And one of my beautiful team leaders as well put this on a message to her team yesterday, and I just wanted to, it's from the Flip Flop CEO, and it was just so powerful for her and her girls, and it says, don't wonder what will happen if you fail. Wonder what will happen if you succeed. Like that. So when you're thinking about your philosophy, it doesn't have to be elaborate or a long essay or anything like that. For me, my philosophy is it's happening. Simple. It's not when or if I could just find that male business builder or have everyone on my team reach DM this month. It's just simple. It's happening. So it's happening drives my belief, my attitude, my actions, and then creates my results. So I encourage you all to think about your philosophy. Your philosophy on life, your philosophy in this business, your philosophy on anything. So I know we're going to hear more about the nuts and the bolts of the business, and they're so important. But first, you really need to get clear on your why. And I told you I trained on that last month. But this is where the magic happens. So a lot of terms I talked about, philosophy, belief, attitudes, and whys, they're all the same. It's what drives you to do the do.
Seriously is one of the top 5 books that you have to read. It's really good. My husband actually is just starting it. It's so funny that she said that's her phrase, it's happening, because she texts that all the time. And I didn't even know that was her philosophy, but she does say that a lot. Okay, so Elizabeth is going to come up and just share another little side note, mental aha from the weekend and a little tip. Okay.
So mine, just first of all, Fred, thank you again. I just have to couple that with preparing for impact has been my theme this year. It has not been the year I expected, but we have a lot of similar things going on in our family right now. And because of Arbonne, I'm able to, on a dime, fly out and be of service and help my family members going through this right now. So I'm just truly grateful for this. And your why truly does have to make you cry. And, you know, just reminded of that every day. So I'm just gonna tell a little story that we heard from one of our amazing EMVPs from the Dallas retreat, Sarah Langham. She shared a story about her brothers teasing her. And then just a couple things that I took from it. Sarah had been fooling around, her brothers had been fooling around and teasing her, like brothers do, and they decided to lock her in a closet in her own house. She was yelling and calling for help and asked her brothers for help, and they were laughing and said, guess you'll be stuck in there all day with no one to save you. She listened as they pulled a chair up under the doorknob to secure it, to lock it for good, and heard that lock and got scared. She sat down on the floor feeling defeated and did nothing for a long time but cry, until she started to feel hungry and thought, I've got to figure a way out of this closet before I starve. And Sarah, of course, we're really exaggerating it as a little child, but you locked in a closet is a scary thing. Sarah looked above her and there was an attic access. And so she started to make her way up the shelves on the attic and pushed that attic access open and looked in, and there was cobwebs and it was dark and it was scary, but the door was over there for her to get out of the closet. So she started making her way through the closet, crawling through the dark and creepy attic. And when she reached the door, she had no idea how she was going to get that door down, because it's difficult to get those spring doors down and fold the letter down. So she started screaming and yelling and pounding on the door. And her brothers came over and opened up the door, shocked that she was there to begin with. And then they started laughing at her. They said, I can't believe you crawled through the attic to get free. And they walked her over to the closet and they said, you could have just turned the doorknob. We didn't lock you in here. Sarah had never thought to try and turn the doorknob because she believed what she was told. And I just think that is such a good reminder for us when we're here and we're here to train and teach other people and share what's going on with Arbonne, that they are going to believe what they're told. And so what I took from that, I took a lot about leadership from this. One, that leadership starts with us. We've got to commit to being the better leader and helping our teammates become the best versions of themselves. We've got to get dirty by leading by example. Growth can be painful, but we need to embrace the difficult and create a culture where our teammates can grow and where they can fail, like Amy was just saying, and someone else, I think. I just keep hearing themes throughout the night. And where they can be lifted up, where they can be real with you. And then the second thing I took is that this story, like I said before, is we believe what we're told. So everyone new coming in Arbonne is trusting you to show them what's possible. They've never experienced anything yet. They don't know what it's like. It's like being a new baby in a new business. They don't know what to expect yet. So it's up to you to paint that vision. And if we're to be vision painters, like Amy said, you've got to have that why clear. You have to know why you're doing this, what your purpose is. To be a visionary is seeing the impossible, seeing what your mind wants, which is impractical a lot of the times, but knowing that we can reach there. If you want to be a visionary leader, it takes discipline and focus, and you've got to plug into all the meetings, whether or not you have a guest or not. You've got to listen to the calls, whether you feel like watching TV or doing something else. You take those few minutes and you grow yourself. And listening to opportunities. You've heard the opportunity, you hear it every week. You should be listening to every opportunity out there, because tonight we learned from Fred, his story is different than the story that you're going to hear from someone else. What Arbonne is doing for everyone across the world, it's going to grow your vision for what this business can do for you and help that vision become crystal clear. It's not something that you can, that's just going to stay there if you're not cultivating it. Leadership is a commitment to no matter what. It's being brave and going first. So if you know something is possible, but maybe it wasn't part of your personal journey, maybe you've just learned that from seeing from other amazing leaders in your nation, then change your story and show people what's possible so you can say that as part of your story. That's something that I just wanted to share to end from last month. Our team really pulled together. There's a lot of things that I have done and I have accomplished that have been awesome. But there's a few things I was telling my team, you can do this, this is possible, that I necessarily hadn't completed myself. But now that I've been in the business, I know it happens every day, and my team, is growing. So I made a decision right there that I would rewrite my story last month. And we wrote goals as a team, we posted them everywhere, we cheered each other on, and God blessed us with the biggest month that we've had to date. Now, it was the most rewarding month for me, not because my paycheck is going to be amazing, but it was rewarding because we raised the bar for each other and we helped each other grow. We reached goals that we didn't think were possible for some of us. I had a beautiful leader over there who's been going for 8 months and finally switched the shift in her business, and she's halfway to district. So that's a huge, huge goal. And not all of us hit our goals. And mine my big goal didn't get hit, but that didn't matter. Our momentum and our growth and the leaders that being raised up was a bigger reward than anyone could have dreamed of. Lives are being changed by what we do. And we are only held back by what we tell ourselves and the junk that we believe. So belief does have a sound. Do people hear the sound of belief in your voice when you share that this is more than just a means of living? Do they hear that Arbonne can help people prepare for that impact? It sure has made that difference for my family. So paint that big vision, get courage, and go do with your teens. And I'm just going to end with a quote I found. It says, "Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you will land among the stars." And that's by Les Brown.
Just shy of region qualification and earned $400 being area manager bonus as well. So pretty incredible. All right, so we have two more awesome speakers who are going to just come up and share a couple of just nuts and bolts with you guys. We're talking, how do we get to district manager, right? You want to know how to do that. Both of these ladies are building some really incredible businesses and have a lot of great things going on. So they're just going to share a few tips on some practical things to do to help you get to where you want to be. So Navia and Becca, wrap us up.
So I talk too much.
You're up next.
I know. Yeah.
I'm like, hi. Hi. Yeah, staying plugged in, and I'm like, I felt very like go Arbonne and very committed because I missed the premiere Walking Dead. So I was like, I am serious. Sorry, PBR, but anyway, I was like, this is like true commitment. I know you guys don't get it, but I'm like, big fanatical fan.
Scared she would have gone.
No one else is a Walking Dead fan.
I am,
Okay, okay. He was like, look at me like, what the? That is not in your notes.
I did not
So the nuts and bolts. I'm kind of I like to kind of have like a picture. I'm gonna try to say so many times. The last time I talked, I did so many so please let me know if I a lot. Sorry. So Arbonne, picture Arbonne as this amazing, beautiful fountain. And essentially there's three main pipes that feed our Arbonne fountain. There's the number one, the sponsor pipe, number two, the schedule pipe, and number three, the sell pipe. So the sponsor pipe is our biggest, okay? This is the main source for our Arbonne fountain. It is our job to ensure that everyone in our life and beyond has heard the beautiful Arbonne story. So we get on products, we Arbonnize our home, we essentially teach others to do the same thing. So, there we go, sorry. When we sponsor someone, we want to make sure that they're sharing as well, so they can add to the sponsor pipeline. That's what we do. In doing that, we set up friends and family calls, dream team calls, and launch parties. Sometimes sponsoring takes several interactions before the time is right for that particular person to enter the pipe, and that's completely okay. Most people say no at first. That's actually pretty common. It is important to let them hear one of our great opportunity calls, like Fred was talking about, from a SoundCloud, or again, I've never heard of SoundCloud to Arbonne either, or get them on a call with your upline ASAP. They say 24 to 48 hours. Most people never think, hey, I want to sell skincare and lipstick. But once they start reading the Eye on Arbonne's and understand the beauty of how it all works, they begin to be more open to it and learn that it's not about selling skincare and lipstick at all, that it's about hope dealing and dream seeking. And I never realized that till really getting into this business. So number two is scheduling. So it's important to always be adding this to this pipe as well. We are consultants and we need to always be making appointments in our calendar for dropping off sample packs, booking parties or presentations, whatever you want to call it, and one-on-ones. So this is the activity that not only enables people to fall in love with our products, but also to get exposed to our amazing business opportunity. I myself, just like Becca said, it was the products actually. I love the products and then kind of fell into the business. So you want to take advantage of leading with the business first in all of these instances, and make sure that all the sample packs have like an opportunity brochure. You want to make sure like you put the Arbonne for You flyer, which is on Cecilia Stoll's website, get that in there too, as well as an eye on Arbonne. Make sure that at the party you speak about the business and essentially allow easy conversation so people can ask questions and really understand it. Have eye on Arbonnes all over the place during your presentation so people can just kind of pick it up and look at it. And you want to, no one at the party generally like pulls on your sleeve and is like, hey, I really want to join your business. Like that never, I mean, does that ever happen? Maybe once ever. Danielle, you've been, how long? Yeah. So you want to pay attention to people that have asked a lot of questions, bless you, and seem like really curious about our business, because those are the people that you kind of want to talk to more one-on-one and like touch on them about the business. You want to ensure that on your one-on-ones, you also talk about the business. Ask if they were going to do this and not work a 9 to 5, like, having that extra income in their life, like what would it look like? What would your life look like at that point if you actually left the 9 to 5 normalcy? So lastly, the last pipe that feeds into the fountain is the sell pipe. It is crucial to get products into people's hands. The majority of this business, like I said, starts this business because of the love of the products, and get people on them. We have so many products and there's something for everyone. So this pipe can eventually lead to the other pipes. Once you can show others how to do this same activity, adding to each pipe, district manager is the next step. You want to embrace the monotony of our business. Do not try to reinvent it. Our system works, just plug into it. So all these pipes generally just together create this plume of possible abundance. Add to each of these pipes on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis and see your business grow to an amazing height. That's it for my part. No, I'll stand. I'll make you feel tall.
Okay, so before I get into really what I was going to say, just real quick, because that really touched me when we were away for the weekend. Sarah Langham had said, embrace the monotony, don't fight it. And I was kind of like, I'm like, that doesn't sound very attractive. Like, don't say embrace the monotony. Here she is like MVP. But really what that is just like she's saying, it's simple. It's, sell, sponsor, and schedule. Like, that's it. So I guess some could see that as monotony, and if that does seem to get old to you, I was like, monotony is the 9 to 5 job I work. If you want to talk about punch in, punch out, like that's what I visualize as monotony. So anyways, that was my little discourse for a second. Okay, so basically Danielle asked me to kind of talk about no excuses. And so she's telling you the 3 ways to get to district manager, the 3 things that we do over and over again. But, Amber talked on it too, and every month we have a chance to either start over or continue. I do like the fact in saying we have a fresh new month, you can start over, it's a thing, but I kind of want to get away from thinking of we start and end these months. Of course, our promotions and everything run like that, so you have to run your business like that, but even in the car ride on the way down here, I was with Naomi and my mom, that we're talking about what we took away from this weekend, and one of the things was Carrie talking about goal setting. And if you don't have this crazy, crazy goal to shoot for, what are you going to end up with at the end of the month, right? So even if you're shooting for these crazy goals, like go every single month, give it your all. You're at the last 2 weeks and you're like, oh, next month we'll just do it. No, because now if you next month, you're leaving those 2 weeks. That's a good chunk of time. People make it to district, people make it to area in 2 weeks. You're leaving that chunk of time that could blend into next month, that momentum that picks up, because who knows, maybe you made it to district, you fought super, super hard. All that work that you did that maybe didn't add into you getting to district, even though you pushed and you got there, is setting you up for possible area call next month. So I just, the no excuses of kind of like getting it done, you said them all. The snowstorms, it was just after the holidays. We have, I don't know, took my snake to the vet. We talked about that in GTC. It was like the worst excuse ever. Anyway, so I kind of just, find the silver lining in them. I'm going to use one really quick example, and actually Erica thought that it was a business tactic of mine, where it really wasn't. But I guess it is. I was like, I will use that actually. I had a party that I was like really hoping on. It was the beginning of the month. It was last month actually. The beginning of the month, I was like, this is sweet. It's gonna set me up because I know I'm gonna get a bunch of parties off of that. It's gonna feed me for a couple times the rest of the month. I know I can get a business builder, at least one, if not two. Like, it was a really great group. And I follow up and she's like, oh, I can't. I'm so sorry. It's like something came up. Well, like, it was totally like a crazy answer. Like, she didn't even give me an answer. So I'm like, that's okay. I kind of went, oh, bummer, but that's okay. Let's just reschedule. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, okay. What do you want to do? And so I pushed her out for the next 2 weeks. When I got off the phone, I had the thing to be like so bummed out, but I was like, I have a hole. What do I do? I'm gonna fill the hole. Okay, so I texted Erica because she had just signed up, and I said, guess what? I just had an opening. Let's do your lunches. She was like this weekend? I'm like, uh-huh. I'm like, people don't need lots of it. Like, they don't need a lot of time. Danielle says this all the time. She's like, you guys, the more time you give somebody, the more time they're gonna have to fill it. People know what they're doing this weekend. They don't know what they're doing in 3 weeks, most people. So anyways, I just took that opportunity, and I feel like just don't let the excuses come. Oh, I have a big cancellation. This is going to happen. It's snowing. People, just find your way. And if you have your why, it is big enough. Just, I don't know. Those are the things that I think of in that moment. That's like, okay, so I'm not going to get it this month because it snowed. No. Get the phone out. It's a snowy day. Get your phone, get your contact list out, and just like get to work for a little bit. Anyways, those are mine. I tend to be very clear cut sometimes, so that's why she was like, do that. I'm like, anyways, what else do I have on that? Oh, okay, so how to get to district manager, just a couple of the nuts and bolts. She pretty much was saying the 3 things, so I'm going to squeeze you. But, so what do? Somebody signs up, right? We want them to schedule their 2 launches instantaneously. If it can be that weekend, we'll do it that weekend. If it can be a weeknight, whatever. But a lot of the things, one of the number one things that I'm even learning more and more, I try to get more people on it, but we have the SoundCloud. Everyone's talking about it. It's so easy. I have my phone and you're like, I just texted it to you. If you click on it, if you don't know how to use SoundCloud, ask somebody who does, because it is an amazing tool, amazing. You can just click on a call that you've listened to, hit share, and it goes right to their text message. So if you're the receiving end of that, all you do is click this and it's just playing. So I always say, listen to it on your way to work, on your way home from work, whatever. So there's the SoundCloud, there's a friends and family call, talk to your area, talk to your RVP, talk to your nation, whatever, to get on the phone call. And I kind of used to think that these were just ways to tell people about the business. It's not. It's a way for everyone to be your cheerleader and for everybody to know what you are doing and to dispel the fact that you might be doing one of those things. When you get on the phone, the friends and family phone call or one of the SoundClouds, it really, I didn't think about it in this way. And Danielle was I was like, I'm doing this for a while. Why am I just kind of noticing this? That even if it's not for them and we give them that no pressure, and most of the people, you're really good at it, but most of the people on those calls are like, there's no pressure from this call. And it kind of does like put them down, lets them relax. But if they can listen to it and they know what you are doing, it dispels the like, oh, it's not like a weirdo thing. She's not asking me to buy something right away. They will more, if they're not going to join, they're either going to book a party, they may have a referral and ask them for a referral, or they might just buy product. Out of that, like, how did you lose? You lost nothing in there. So encourage everybody, go down your contact list and just say, which one, SoundCloud, meeting, Nation call, like which one can I plug them into? That's what you should be thinking with everybody on your contact list. So that's that. And then another point I wanted to hit on was mastering your skill. And again, I've heard Danielle say this over and over again, but for some reason on the tips call, it really hit me. We think that, some people in the beginning can say, I don't know how to do this, or this is taking me too long, or I don't feel like I can do a party by myself, or any of those excuses. At the end of the day, just do it. Mastering a skill is by doing. Why do we have apprentices? Because they have to do it before they can master it. We talk about flight time. Would you jump in a plane with somebody who had their license, their pilot license, or would you jump in a plane with somebody who had umpteen hours of flying time? Mastering a skill takes time. It takes just doing it. You can't just think about it, analyze it, look it up. You have to do it. So just, I kind of took that when I started, and I have to tell you, I'm in such a different place now. When somebody talks to you, I may not have been as outgoing as Freddie when you're just talking. Now Arbonne does come up. It naturally does. It's part of my life. It is what's going on. Well, actually, that's what's going on if anybody asks you. So as far as mastering, I just really encourage people. I tell all my people, just do it. I'll help you until you're comfortable, but just throw yourself in there. To get to district manager, I opened up my calendar, and I didn't even know I was going to do this business. I literally was like, I just want the staff. And then they were like, okay, you can make money and get the staff. And I was like, oh, all right. And I talked to my husband, and I was like, what if we he's like, babe, what if we make $500 a month? What if you just did this on the side, make $500 a month? He's still to this day is like, remember when we said just 500 equal? Yes, I do. But anyways, this is what I did. I opened my calendar. I said, okay, I had my launch party. And I was like, Danielle was kind of like, okay, are you ready to do this? And I was like, I'm good. I did my launch party. I got some free stuff. I'm good. And she's like, okay. And then after that, I was in qualification for district manager. I had a great party, and then somebody else at work had bought something, and boom, I was in qualification. Well, what does that mean? So I opened up the success plan, and I'm a numbers person, and so I started looking down, and I was like, okay, I need A, B, C, and D. They say that an average party is about $500. I need about $5,000. So 5,000 divided by 5 is, okay. And then they say overbook, because people will cancel, stuff will happen, whatever. There were snowstorms happening during that too. I had someone be like, I think we should come. I'm like, no, I'll come. They're like, it might just be me and my mom. That's okay. I'm like, I need practice. I don't even care. If you buy anything, you nothing. I just need practice. And they're like, okay. And I did. Of course, I sold stuff. I got practice. I got more people interested in what I was doing. Just do it. So anyways, I took out my calendar for the next month. I was in district qual, and I'm like, how do I finish this up? I had all these open weekends. I had a couple things for my kids on the books. You schedule your family first, but those are X'd out. Can't do anything on those days. And I picked up the phone. The first thing was just my close friends and family. My close friends had no excuse whatsoever. I was just like, I didn't ask for parties. I told when they were having parties. I said, I need to practice. What do you want? A Friday, a Sunday? By the end of that day, I was kind of like, I only got one Sunday and a Thursday left. What do you want? And that's how I did it. Just book it. Some stuff will fall off. Some will be rock stars and fill in those holes. But you have to schedule the activity. I also, with that, got one rock star business builder underneath me. My sister-in-law was doing the same thing. So with the two of us filling our calendars, that's how I promote to district manager. It's not rocket science. And then I guess that's kind of the nuts and bolts, but I just really wanted to finish with, I kind of got cut off a little bit. I don't know. I don't remember what the rest of my thing was, but you all saw my frozen face. For a while. I was like, I'm staring at your face. It's frozen. Can you shut it off? Anyways, when we went away to that beautiful villa and was surrounded by these beautiful MVPs who to me were like celebrities. Like Naomi and I were walking around being like, you're supposed to be like, oh my God, celebrity. But they're just women like us. That's it. And the more and more the time went on, I really did just kind of sit back, and I totally, not trying to be positive, even though you're supposed to be. I wasn't trying. I just honestly really saw, oh my gosh, if they can do this, we can do this. I seriously saw, I can organize myself a villa. I can get the private chef to come in. I can plan stuff like this. And I'm like, I saw me doing it. I saw Naomi next to me. I saw Mom. I saw Joey. I saw my team putting one of these on, and why couldn't we? We're actually, Naomi and I are putting on our first white party this month because we're gonna go pick out our Mercedes, let our team smell the leather, and just reward them, have some food and drink, and just kind of reward them for having Rockstar a couple of months here, and also just that camaraderie, we can do that, and that's what that villa did. It was the camaraderie that was there was I keep saying, is the best sorority you could ever ask to be a part of. I did say we have men on our team now, so it's going to probably look a little different next year, but because you guys will be there. So anyways, I just encourage you to just do the do, but do the do, but see where you are gonna go. And that, those doing the do's are gonna be like, you're gonna wanna do them. So.
Okay, next meeting is March 2nd. Thank you, ladies. Right, I'm opening my calendar, make sure, yes. Monday night, March 2nd. I just encourage you guys, I mean, you got a lot of stuff tonight. So, we just want you to know that the bottom line is, I know every single person, if you're not a district manager yet, can be at our party next month. If you are a district manager, bring somebody, sponsor, bring somebody with you, because it's pretty incredible and pretty life-changing. And just keep growing and keep sharing, and know that you're going to grow into the leader that you're meant to be. None of us that trained here tonight are the same person today that we were when we started this business. And that's one of the most beautiful things about it, is that we just keep growing and changing lives. So do that, and you'll be here, and you'll even have your turn to get up here and share, as scary as that may be. But we can't wait to hear your journey and your story and your why and what you accomplished. So next month, we'll be back here, usually across the hall. This is not our normal room. And then stay tuned for Dawn's details for her breakfast, and my details for our breakfast. And I can't wait to celebrate with all of you guys. So thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for being patient and rescheduling. And there's a bar down the hall that we go to if you want to join us.